Hey y'all, welcome to Night and Grace Revelations. This is Tarot Tia. This is going to be a reading for Earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energies. These will be brief. It looks like a third party relationship is a really big factor of triangulation. But it feels like somebody who's making up a whole bunch of stuff. Like they are making up so much. Or kind of in a space to where they have played enough with somebody's feelings, um, their finances, whatever. They may be in a space to where they feel like they're wasting their time. They may feel unappreciated, underpaid. You can take that however it may resonate, work, family, friended, romantically. They feel taken advantage of, almost as if like they're investing their time, energy, and attention into places and spaces to where they feel used or they feel worthless or they feel like they're in a space to where they aren't tending to their own emotional wants and needs, and they may be finding emotional satisfaction outside of their usual territory, or say outside of their relationship. Like they're not emotionally satisfied with the person that they're attached to, but it's mainly because this person seems like they act just like them. So they may not be the most emotionally available person, and the person that they're attached to, um, the people that they're attached to aren't emotionally available either. But they're meeting people whose feelings that they have to tend to, they have to cater to, possibly having a child or children who has feelings that need to be catered to, whose feelings need to be considered. And they're in a space to where they're still trying to, like, I heard gray rock, and that's what it feels like. Like they're trying not to show emotion, trying to come across as nonchalant or very cold, or they're in a space to where they realize that this person pulls out their inner child. You know what I mean? Like they feel like they're healing their inner child through this connection, but it's an outside connection, not the connection that they've committed to, the opportunity that they've committed to, the career that they're currently in. It's like they want to do something that frees their spirit, that lets them have some type of freedom of expression. And they may have to hurt another's feelings by leaving them alone, letting them go, to be able to have that. But they aren't really sure if they're ready to make that decision just yet. So it seems like somebody is kind of in a space to where they just want to be happy, but they repeatedly keep choosing the option, the opportunity that makes them unhappy. And they're getting into this really dark, funny space, but it's because they're going against their spirit, their soul's wants and needs, a spiritual awakening, even that they're supposed to be going through, a path of enlightenment. So it feels like somebody is kind of in a space to where they're realizing that they're keeping themselves stuck in a negative karmic cycle, stuck in a negative relationship. But it's mainly because they're afraid to be happy. They're afraid to choose themselves. They're afraid to do what's best for them and their spirit versus choosing the options and opportunities that others may be supportive of. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, but you're doing this for a living, or you went to school to be this, but they want to do something completely different from their career path that they chose, or a situation to where they're like, oh, but you chose to be with this person or that person or whatever, but they're not satisfied in this relationship. So it's like people are like hanging with certain people, doing certain things. It's like, but you always do this, but this is what you're known for, but this is what you're good at, whatever. It's like, that's cool, but they know what makes them happy or who makes them happy. So it's like, I'm not really trying to step on toes or hurt nobody's feelings or make nobody feel abandoned or nothing like that. But I know who makes me happy. I know what makes me happy. I know who or what I want. I know what I'm looking for. I know what is going to bring me emotional satisfaction. But it's just fear that's keeping them from making this decision to say, I don't want to fuck with you. I want him or her. You feel me? I don't want this relationship, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but this is not it for me. You're not it. So they sit and reject this person emotionally, or withdraw their time, money, energy, and attention from this person or from these people, and that's what makes them feel hurt or abandoned. So it's like, why don't you just tell them that you don't want to be with them? Why don't you just tell them that this opportunity is not for you? Why don't you just tell them that you don't want to invest in this or that? Why don't you just tell them that you don't want to do this or that? Like, why don't you just speak up about your own wants and needs so you aren't feeling like you're going crazy and constantly fighting with somebody that you have resentment towards, or building up resentment because you're refusing to speak up for yourself, refusing to cater to your own emotional wants and needs, you know? Like, don't be resentful. Don't wind up angry and bitter because you feel like you've let people overpower you constantly or do what's best for themselves, and then you get the short end of the stick. Because that's what's going on here. Somebody, I don't want to say they're getting used, but it's like they're just, their feelings don't matter. It's like, oh, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and maybe this person doesn't feel like doing this or doing that, and it's like, oh, but this is what the team wants to do, this is what the group wants to do, this is what the family wants to do, and it's like, okay, but that's not what I want to do, or that is not what is in his or her best interest, even if they're speaking up for their own child or children. Like, it's not okay for him or her to do XYZ, to see XYZ, to listen to XYZ, to, you know what I mean, be around X person, or in these environments, whatever it is. It's like they're not understanding that this person is able to make their own rules, and it's mainly because they've let these people or this person violate their boundaries for a very long time. So now that they're trying to speak up and set rules, it's almost as if this person doesn't even hear them. It could even be their own kids. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't listen to them because they weren't establishing these rules from the jump. They don't listen to them because they don't have a set schedule. There's no structure. There's no discipline. There's nothing enforcing these limitations or enforcing the rules. Nobody here is forcing them to follow the rules or do the right thing. You get what I'm saying? There's no influence here. There's no positive role model or whatever is going on here. It's almost as if like this person is in a space to where they want to like be cool, be nice, be loving, and they're getting taken advantage of because of that. Or they're very generous, especially financially, with their belongings, with things like that. They're very generous, they're very giving. And it's almost as if like the people from their past have bled them dry or have done things to where it's like, wow, like I gave you the shirt off my back and this is how you repay me. And they're kind of in a space to where they're tired of being that person walking around with no shirt on because they gave their shirt to somebody else, you know? So I don't think this person is in a selfish place at all. They just look like they're learning how to establish boundaries in their life, learning to respect themselves, learning to focus on themselves before they focus on other people, learning to pour into themselves before they pour into other people. Because it's almost as if like their cup has been on E, but their cup is on E because they gave their last sip to somebody else. You get what I'm saying? And these people have never spent this block to show love. They've never come back around to say, I appreciate you. Thank you. You know what you've done for me. Or even like, you know, when this person said that they're thirsty, they didn't come back around to give them nothing to drink. They didn't even think about them. You know, so their opinion doesn't matter, or they're being treated as if they don't matter, as if they're irrelevant. But this could even be in the own upbringing of their child or children. Like they're like, oh, you don't know nothing, or oh, who's going to listen to you, or oh, you're not an expert, so I'm not listening to you, or oh, you know what I mean? Like they seem like they honestly hate this person because they know that they've taken their last. They know that they have caused pain in this person's life, but it's like, so you're going to be mean to them and hateful to them because you caused pain in their life, because you were shady and untrustworthy to them. You want to be mean and hateful to them because you're foul as fuck. Like, be real with yourself. That's why this person is cool without maintaining these connections. They're cool not being around these people because they know that their toes have been stepped on by familiar faces, or they're always getting stepped on and stepped over or looked over, or, you know, again, it put in positions to where they feel unappreciated. So it's like, I bet I don't fuck with you. I bet I don't fuck with none of y'all. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like they're realizing that their presence is a present, but these other people didn't realize how gifted this person really is, or how giving this person has really been, or how much shit this person has like swept under the rug for the sake of peace. And it's getting to the point to where it's just like, I'm not about to keep sweeping shit under the rug. I'm just about to quit fucking with you, period. Like, I just don't want to talk to you, be around you, connect with you, nothing. Like, you know? And they're not crazy, but it feels like they're being labeled crazy for choosing, you know, what heals their inner child, or doing something that helps them express their inner child or their creative abilities or something like that. Like, this person is not crazy at all. They've been around people who are messy, competitive, shady, who are wishy-washy, funny, acting, and disloyal. And they have poured a lot of time, money, energy, information even into these people, and or into this person specifically, and they're done with it. Like, bitch, I wish I would keep feeding you so you can use my food to strengthen yourself to hurt me or to betray me, or you feel me? Like, this like giving somebody like, oh, you can use my car, and then they go cheat on you in your car. Like, you know what I mean? You looking out for them and they doing foul shit while you're looking out for them. So it's like, nah, like, I'm good. Like, you're not about to get shit out of me. You're not about to get nothing from me. I'm not about to help you with nothing if that's what you're doing when I'm not around, if that's what you're doing behind my back, if that's how you moving towards me. Like, you don't have the same level of loyalty to me that I have for you. You feel me? So it's really self-respect. That's the bottom line here. Like, go play with somebody else. If you want to be shady, dirty, disloyal, you know, you can go do that to somebody who's going to tolerate it, somebody who's willing to tolerate it. If you want to be with people who step on each other's toes and who are foul to one another, who are envious of one another's success, go be with those type of people, because you won't catch me around nobody that move like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're very no nonsense. And they're like this because they know that they have to protect themselves. It's like they have to protect themselves. They have to focus on themselves and their own well-being, their own sense of stability, and they're disciplined enough to do that. So it's like they're not crazy. Dag. It's like, this person is not crazy. They know that they're dealing with somebody who is shady as hell towards them, or dealing with people who are wishy-washy, funny acting, and will run in and out of their life. So they'll come and eat and get gassed up by this person, and then leave them running on E. You feel me? Come and charge up from this person, using all their time, money, energy, and electricity, their ideas, whatever. It's like, and then leave them in the dark. You feel me? Like, I looked out for you, I did this for you, and didn't do it with looking for anything in return, but it's just principles. Like, how could you turn on me? How could you play me like that? How could you talk negatively about me when I was the person that was feeding you and you was starving? Like, fuck out of here. But that's what they're doing. And they seem to be doing it because, again, it's hard for them to admit that they're foul, that they're wrong. It's almost as if, like, they can't even face this person because they know how dirty that they've done them. So it's easier to make this person their op, or to act like it's beef, it's smoke, it's problems between them, whatever, just to be able to get off with the bullshit that they've done to them. Like, or, you know what I mean? Like, no, this is not your opposition. This is not your enemy. This is not somebody that you had a problem with. This is somebody that you did dirty, and you're trying to act like they're your fucking opposition, when in reality they've never been your opposition. You literally just did them dirty and expected them to sweep shit under the rug, but they confronted you, or will confront you, for what you've done to them. And you don't want that to take place. Like, you can't handle the bullshit like that you've done to this person. You can't even look at them. You can't even be around them. You're intimidated by their presence now. So you would rather call them your enemy. And in reality, this is somebody that you need to pay homage to. Like, this is somebody that's looked out for you. This is somebody that has taught you. This is somebody that has loved you unconditionally, or this is somebody that actually was in your corner. And again, you did them dirty, and you just cannot admit that. Like, getting gassed up, feeling like you was the shit in some type of way. Like, you did them dirty, and that's that. Like, it just is what it is. Like, how you doing somebody dirty while you literally using them or living off them? You feel me? Like, that's the craziest part about this entire situation. Is like, you literally are dependent on this person for something, you know what I mean? Like, and they know that. Like, that's why they moving like this. Like, you didn't have shit. You didn't have a pot to piss in, and you got the nerve to do this person dirty or talk crazy about them. Like, they wasn't the one that was giving you shelter or helping you in some type of way. Like, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. They can gaslight anybody else. They can go play with somebody else. But even the people who they're gaslighting, like, oh yeah, he or she is this, they that, trying to embarrass this person, trying to make fun of them or whatever in any type of way, trying to clown them in any type of way, they're starting to feel some type of way too. Because it's like, nah, like he or she was looking out for you and you was a bitch, you were an asshole, or you were hating on them, or you were hateful towards them, so they walked away. Like, I'm sorry, self-love is going to always push us in places and spaces to where we need to be, where God wants us to be. Like, don't ever settle for no situation, no relationship on any level, work, family, friend, or romantically, where people are treating you as if you are worthless, where people are doing and saying whatever they want, you know, thinking that you just supposed to go along with that shit. Don't ever let nobody talk crazy to you, talk crazy about you, and you still fuck with them in no type of way, because they showing you exactly who they are. They showing you exactly how they feel about you, you know. And it's no sugarcoating that shit. It's no, oh, I didn't mean it like that, that wasn't my intent. Yes, it is. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They're just salty because they're getting confronted, or they look like they some punk ass bitches, men or women. They look like fucking punks for the shit that they've done, because they know that they bit the hand that fed them. Like, you lame assholes. Like, these are punks, especially if Aquarius is a possible ringleader in this situation. These are fucking punks. Percy, that's what I heard. Percy. Thank you so much.